a great time, great market, and I don't really get asked anymore, is there a bubble, or can the market maintain with what we're seeing? Because I think everyone's starting to realize that it's not the same type of false growth that we were seeing 7, 8, 10 years ago. It's the good, healthy growth that's being driven by jobs, and it's sustainable.
Well, now that's very interesting. Where do you attribute what do you attribute that growth to?
You just look at the cost of living here in Nashville. The one thing, when you look at year over year, the one thing that has shot up here over the last year and a half to two, it has been housing because of the supply and demand. Mm-hmm. We've seen that go up substantially, the housing aspect of that is. But, we don't have a state income tax. We do have a higher state sales tax. We do have a little bit higher gas tax. But then you start looking at everything else across the board compared to other states, mm-hmm. and the cost of living here is extremely low, and it just is a very affordable place to live, and geographically it's located in a nice place.
What do you see? What do you project? All right, countrywide, Nashville, both, where do you see this market going? Do you see this continued growth of 6 to 10% across the country, or do you feel like it's something else is going to happen at some point?
No, I think it's going to continue to grow, and all the experts that we get our numbers from, and along with the real estate companies and brokerages and so forth, it's going to slow down mm-hmm. some, but it's still going to stay in an upward trajectory, and it's going to maintain a nice, healthy growth. But it's going to slow down some, it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But it's going to stay in a positive trend, and the same is going to be for rates. A lot of people have been projecting, and we've been hearing for the last 5 to 6 years, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the Mortgage Bankers Association have all been coming out and trying to project the rates are going up to 5-6%, but now they've stopped even projecting that because they've been wrong every year. And it's not because they have been wrong, it's because of the way the economic numbers have been coming out. The numbers that the Federal Reserve are looking at and monitoring, they just have not been where they need to be, or where the Fed wants them to be to really raise the rates.
The market cannot outpace the economy, okay? It has to somewhat stay in line, and it has to be affordable enough for buyers to buy, because, and you're in the mortgage business, Mike.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we've got a unique, I totally agree with what you said, with what you stated there. Nashville has a unique, it's unique mix because, and we've kind of sliced it out of the mainstream of numbers of everything, because people come to Nashville mm-hmm. and they're used to spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on an apartment in Chicago, Boston, New York, LA, San Francisco, Dallas, and they come to Nashville and they're like, holy cow, mm-hmm. I can spend $2,500 and I can have twice the size house, mm-hmm. and it's actually my house.
Now, Nashville, we have a pretty cool history behind, New England, where we have all these old mills, and we have all these, multifamilies that have been around it because the people that used to work in the mills lived in the multifamilies. What do you have in Nashville? Do you have a lot of multifamily homes, or are they just as expensive as the single family?
We're starting to see that trend where they are going into the older subdivisions, and they're clearing out everything, and they're bulldozing these old homes, and they're turning around and putting the multifamily tall skinnies on them, to where they took one house, got rid of it, and they're putting either 2 to 4 units on that one lot.